Okay, let's get the session started. And by the way, the session will be recorded, and once we have our marketing approval, we'll share the link to everyone to of the recording as well. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session of Maximizing Amazon Connect today. Our topic will be optimizing your workforce with AI, ML, and automation. And my name is Jing Zhang. I'm the Senior Go-to-Market Specialist for Amazon Connect. My major responsibility is to bring all innovation in Amazon Connect to you and work with our customers and partners and make sure we deliver the service you're looking for. Today, I'm honored to have Tom Johnston, our Senior Manager of Product Management in Amazon Connect with me today as a co-presenter. Tom, I would like to introduce yourself.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Thanks for taking the time. I'm a product management leader on Amazon Connect. Our job is to make sure we understand what customers want and work with our engineers to build and deliver that. Excited to be talking to you this morning, and you're in great hands with Jing.
Thank you. So in case you want to follow me at LinkedIn, this is my QR code right there. I will send out updates on our Insight optimization in Amazon Connect, all the new capabilities, so you can follow me with all the updates. All right. So today we have a great agenda. First of all, we'll let Tom to introduce give you our vision on Amazon Connect and Insight optimization, and then I'll provide an overview and also the updates of the new capabilities, then customer stories, and how we want to share the benefits of a return on investment. And at last, we'll introduce some great promotions and free tiers that you can leverage, and would like to be able to try it out. And in the end, we'll have a Q&A session. We'll read out some of the questions from the Q&A panels and answer live to everyone. Even if your question is not answered, we'll make sure we'll follow up with you by email. Thank you very much. Tom, I will go over to you.
Thanks, Jing. If you've looked at Amazon Connect, one of the things you'll realize is it's one application. And that is, it has everything built into it, built from the ground up. For example, one of the areas Jing will talk about, which is our forecasting, capacity planning, and scheduling, is built in. So this isn't a case where we have bolted on other applications into the system, or they're not seamlessly connected. It's one seamless experience. It's used by hundreds of thousands of Amazon customer service associates every day. We support over 10 million contact center interactions a day, so we scale very well. We have tens of thousands of customers. Customers like it for all kinds of reasons. Scalability is one. The other one is just the ease of getting going and starting right away. But we'll talk more about that as we go on. Jing, next slide, please. When we think about Connect, we look at sort of who is the user that we think about. Obviously, one is our end customer that we want to deliver features for. High quality voice, obviously, being one. One is the agent, right? Can we give them a great workspace, assistance in answering questions they might get from end customers, guides that help them walk through things, lots of AI in there. We're going to focus on today is the supervisor. So for the supervisor, obviously giving real-time and historical metrics, giving information on the contact quality, giving analytics as to what's going on with the chats and the voice conversations, and also providing the supervisor or the workforce management folks a great forecast. What's the upcoming contact volume look like? How many agents do I need? And when should they work? As we've built this service, we have AI and machine learning at the heart of every interaction. For example, our machine learning powered forecasts tend to be more accurate than what customers had used as an alternative. Typically 2% or 3% more accurate, sometimes quite a bit more than that. Likewise, our agent schedules are powered by AI, and they tend to be more efficient, again, by 2 to 3 percentage points. Those matter. We can also use AI to understand how customers feel about the interaction, what their sentiment is. Are they happy? Are they angry? Whatnot. We can identify why people are calling as well. We're going to talk about why this matters as we go through the webinar. But one thing I want to point out is that Connect is easy to use. It's intuitive. You get up to speed very quickly, and the feedback from managers is almost always very positive. You can see the quote from Scott Brown there. Jing, next slide, please. So as we focus on what the managers and the workforce team needs to think about, they have a bunch of challenges, and we've focused here on 6 of them. The first is, do you know what's going on? Do you have visibility into why people are calling? What the emerging trends are? That's something that it's very helpful, and it's not always possible. Do you understand what's going on with your team in real time? That's something obviously you have to have happen. Now, one of the problems that customers talk to us all the time about is, what do I do when I'm missing my service level, right? Why am I missing my service level? What can I do about it? Should I move agents from one routing profile to another? Do I need to call in agents for overtime? Things like that. The managers also want to know who should take training, who needs training, who wouldn't benefit from training. Training is expensive. So you want to apply it where it's going to have the most impact, and not train necessarily your best agents, maybe have them help deliver the training instead. Also, manual effort to manage the workforce is expensive, and oftentimes it's not as accurate as possible. Finally, if your agents are dissatisfied, we know they'll leave, and keeping your attrition rate low is very important. So what Connect is doing about this is pulling all the data from these systems. Remember, we're one application, so we can pull all this data together and present it to the managers in a way that lets them do things. We do a great job of this today, and I want to tell you I'm super excited about the vision we have coming forward, where we're going to be able to take this data, combine it in interesting ways, and make not only just inform you of what's going on, but make recommendations about what you should do to improve things. Now, that's coming in the future. Today, for the rest of the session, we're going to talk about what we can deliver you today. Jing? Okay, so what makes this different? First of all, by giving you those actionable insights in real time, you can improve your customer satisfaction. Because with the real-time monitoring and assistance, we can deliver performance evaluations to identify the training needs. We can do that today. With accurate predictions of your contact volume, efficient scheduling, and optimized routing, you can reduce your costs. Think about it. If you have 500 agents and we can improve the accuracy of your forecast by 2% and the efficiency of your schedule by 2%, that would allow you to reduce the number of agents you need to hit your service level by 20 agents. That's real savings. Remember, 75% of the cost of a contact center is directly or indirectly related to the number of agents you have. As a result, you can reduce your total cost of ownership, get the job done, delight your end customers, keep your agents happy, and hit your budgetary targets. Next, Jen. Okay, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Tom, for giving us the overview of our strategy on Amazon Connect and all the vision. Definitely, this is really excited about how we're going in this direction. But today I would like to give you an overview of the solution, which is the Insight and Analytics Insight Optimization, and all the new capabilities in the next 30 minutes. Let's start with what Jeff said, right? The most important thing for us to focus on the customer obsessively. And our goal is to become the Earth's most customer-centric company. Yeah, so you can see a lot of those capabilities we have added in Amazon Connect as native functions are really because customers' requirement. And we want to make sure continually work with you to deliver the service you're looking for. So let's take a look what this solution includes. if you were in some of our sessions in March, you can probably see we have covered half of the solution, which is of the real-time monitoring and reporting and analytics, which is Tom said, to solve your problem and be able to know what's going on with your team and be able to get a visibility on what your team is doing right now in real time. And also we have accurate reporting on historical. Conversational analytics also help you understand why customers calling you, what's the main call drivers. And then we talk about performance evaluation in the March session a little bit as well, to have automation and using analytics to automate it. But today we're going to cover the other half of the circle, which is the forecasting, capacity planning, staffing, and scheduling. And also we'll give you more automation on the performance evaluation side to help you do 100% fully automated for some of your contacts. So by having all those capabilities together, again, you have not only the capability native in Connect, easy to start with, and you will also have all the data together to help you capture insights. And then let's get started. All right, I know a lot of you probably have heard about forecasting, capacity planning, and scheduling already. Just for the ones that have not been very familiar with what those new functionalities are, I would like to just give you a very short overview, right? So, you know, forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, those are the standard functions in workforce management. But we don't want to call it for workforce management in Connect, because they are native functions in Connect. They're just native features, right? With one click, you can turn on them very easily without the need to build any data connection, and your data is in Connect, it never leaves. So the forecasting really help you to be able to predict your future workload precisely, what your future workload looks like. And then we come on with the capacity planning. It leverages the forecasting data, be able to give you the idea how many agents, FTEs you will need to hire or train in long run. So this is more for resource planning for your finance team or HR team knows how many resources you need in the higher level. And then for the schedules, that also leverage the forecasting data, which could be has every 15 minutes how many agents I need in that time slot, using those forecasting to precisely to understand your agent needs in each time slot, and we put agent at the right place to meet your SLAs. And of course, after schedule is done, you want to be able to track how my agents adhere to the schedules, right? In real time, right? If people are missing the schedules, you want to make sure you have to take the right actions. We also give you historical reports too. So all those four things are built in as native function in kind of out of the box. Of course, on the scheduling side, we also have additional things like managing time offs, allowing the supervisor changing the schedules, etc. So there's a lot of scheduling management as well. And we keep adding new regions as well. You can probably see in March, we just added 4 more regions in addition to US West, US East, in London, Sydney, and Canada, and Montreal. Now we added 4 more regions in Frankfurt, Singapore, Tokyo, and Seoul. So we're keep expanding our regions, the coverage of the service, and we're also adding a lot of new capabilities since we launched at re:Invent 2022, which is very exciting. Yeah. So those native functions work seamlessly with both our voice and chat, which are native in Amazon Connect workload. And so you will be able to handle, and for agent that is handling multiple workloads, and we'll be forecasting together. All right, how easy to turn it on? And I'm just gonna play just a little clip right here to let you know. To enable those capabilities is pretty much just one click, right? We also offer 90-day free trial for everyone start using the services. Just as one click, you will have the function enabled, and after a while and become enabled, you will see the different functions in your dashboard. With admin give you the right permission, then you start to be able to experience it. 90 days later, I mean, if you don't like Richard, you want to wait a little bit and you want to disable it, disabling is also as easy as enable. You just need to unclick the check and it will be disabled for you. So we want to offer this 90-day free trial for you to be able to experience the service, get the full value before you make a decision. And that's 1/4 of a year free for you, risk-free. Yeah. You can turn on your production instance also, and a lot of customers be doing this already by turning on in your production instance. It's not going to impact your production workloads because those are all native functions. You can control who can see it and who can experience it, because there's a granular permission setting as well. So you can limit to very small team to see these services. All right. So for the next, I would like to say, once you turn it on, right? Analytics and forecast start doing the forecasting. Again, if you're already using Connect, those data, that's historical data, will leverage the historical you already have on Connect. If you don't have historic data, you can import them as well. But first thing, we want to be able to predict your future workload demand, right? So InSgraph is pretty much showing the result of the forecasting. It gives you multiple data sets to evaluate, to review your data sets, right? Like forecast data, we do automation. We do forecasting automatically every day to make sure we always capture your arriving patterns and be able to capture the latest data to get your forecast in accurate forecast. So in addition to historic data, we also really depend on their arriving patterns to give you more accuracy on your forecast. So the computed forecast is daily running, but your published forecast is what you're using for your forecast. So now you will be able to use this graph to compare, hey, what I published last week for your schedule, and now a week later, maybe it changed. Do I need to readjust my schedule or not? So give you a good idea on how things are ongoing with your business. We also provide you your actual arriving patterns and actual data from last year as well, so you will easily to understand how accurate the forecasts are, how that reflects in your business. If you do know there's things coming on the next week or next month, because there's promotions, you can also override your forecast results, and then you will make sure that your forecast reflects your real demand in the future. So there's multiple ways you can manipulate the data on your forecast results. But most importantly, because you can do forecasts based on one single queue or a group of queues, because those are served by same group of resources. Now you can, in addition to a forecast group level, we'll also give you deep dive data on each channel and each queues, so you will understand at a more granular level how those queues and the workload demands on the queues and the channels. In case you want to do more reporting on the forecast data, you can always download it and using spreadsheets to do reporting. And then for your planners, right? Then planner using pretty much what we offer you is capacity planning to let you define what if scenarios. And then you are using our forecasting data to estimate how many FTEs you will need for the long run. You can also even input your assumed shrinkage data there. So we'll be able to use the shrinkage data to further fine-tuning your capacity planning. So the resource planning is not only based on historical, you can also define your optimization goals. For example, if I want a 70% calls I answered in 30 minutes, what type of SLA, what FTE I need versus I need 80% of a call answered in 15 seconds, what type of FTE you'll need. So you will define scenarios with different optimization goals as well to be able to understand your FTE needs. All right. And now let's go to Scheduler, right? With Scheduler, we'll be able to view and create schedules based on the business rules, right? You will define what activities you want to have every day, what the shift looks like, and how your staffing preference or agent preference is, and also, of course, your labor laws and business rules, and have to define all those different business rules. We will generate the schedule automatically for you with automation on. You can see there's a lot of like breaks and lunches. You want to make sure not everyone taking break and lunches at the same time. We can also give you the flexibility on, you can either create a very static schedule, right? Everybody starts the same time and ending the same time, and 8 hours per day and 5 days a week, right? Everybody's full time. there's a flexibility to create a schedule like this, but you also can take options to optimizing it. For example, you would like to add in staff gradually on the day as your demand goes on at the middle of the day. So you definitely have option to optimizing it too. So it really depends on the needs of your staffing and the type of schedules your agent have. All right. And then let's come into the supervisor view, right? So for supervisors, they will be able to view the published schedules, right? On the schedulers, the schedule management give you a lot of flexibility to change and manage it, manually change things before you publish. Now for supervisor, they will look at the published view right here and be able to using not just the view changing or managing activities, because you could agent coming call in sick in the morning, right? Or you want to offer overtime. So there is a button on the bottom right there to be able to let you create a request for time off, overtime, and voluntary time off. And the right side, you have an envelope that tracks all the different requests for overtime and time off. So you have one place to track all the information, either approved or not, that your agent accept overtime requests or not. So it's one place to have all the information. But most importantly, we'll give you a flexibility to also changing all the different activities on the fly as well. You will be able to add activities, copy over, adding new users, and the copy shift over from one user to the other. So there's a lot of management, easy to manage the schedule at one place. Something I will highlight is the metrics on the top. If you take a look when you have a scheduler there, we also have the same thing on the top, which is we called scheduling metrics, right? So this is very important for schedulers to make sure you are not overstaffed or understaffed at a certain time. It pretty much show you what forecast results are versus what you are being scheduled, right? If you, the color pink shows that you're probably slightly understaffed versus blue is very much overstaffed. Give you very good understanding on how your forecast schedule requirement versus what actually is being scheduled. So you can make adjustment too. All right, let's go to the agent view, right? With agent, again, agent can access this view very easily, either from your native CCP or native workspace, or you can be also in any other custom workspace too, because this is pretty much a URL link. You can embed in any applications you have. Agent have on their own schedules, right, for a whole week. Same thing. For agent, they will be able to submit time off requests as well. There's a little button right there. And then if you allow agent to do self-approval, self-service, right, we'll check some rules to make sure that agent meets have enough PTO time, also meets the group allowance, right? Because you don't want too many people taking with PTOs at the same time. And then we'll check the rules and automatically approve or reject agents. But of course, you can also define agent every single time off require manager approval too. So it's really up to how you want to carry on with your time off process. For agent, same thing. They have an envelope to track all the different requests for overtime, time off, and voluntary time off. So you have one place to use. Very easy to adopt, by the way. As I said, our philosophy of the service is we want to be able to first make very easy to deploy, easy to enable, but also a very easy for user to adopt. We had customers that never had a WFM team, and they will be able to go to adoption in less than 2 months. We had customers that already had a WFM teams, and they actually went through, only had 2 meetings with me. It was 2 hours. They would be able to go production with hundreds agents in about a month. So that's how we want to make sure it's very intuitive and easy for your users to adopt. All right. So those are all the things that we have delivered for forecasting, scheduling to start with. You can see starting from onboarding, be able to enable at one click, setting the right permission for the right users, doing forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, and also be able to have schedule management and adherence as well. So that's some of the things we have delivered at a GA, but we haven't stopped there. As we mentioned, we have adding probably 37, I think it's 73 features since we have GA, but this is not everything. This is not all about it. I just highlight the ones maybe you'll be interested here. So we mostly focus on 4 different areas. First is how can we give you flexibility to create a schedule you like, right? And without too many manual work. So one of the key things we want, some of the things we did, okay, adding a time zone, because a lot of times your scheduler and your agent could be very different time zones, right? So we'll be able to let schedulers set a time zone on the ship profile, so they will be able to easily create some schedules for agent offshore and etc. And we'll also automatically adjust for your daylight saving as well. So that's very easy for your schedulers to define where should the shift start, where should it end. We also offer you a lot of agent-specific parameters. So if agent have a special needs on the shift, that you will be able to define them based on agent preference, and versus the other group, anybody else in other group will probably have a different shift profiles. So you will be able to have meet your agent's needs. And there's a lot of other things we've added, for example, like setting working day, flex day. That's really give you make sure that you can either set a very set where it's a working day, that means the agent have to work for that day. And if it's a flex day, that means depending on the schedule and demand, you probably have less people working on that day versus the working day. So it really depends on the demand of your working load. So this gives you the flexibility to be able to either you want to give you more optimization to saving more agent time, or versus you want to have a more fixed schedule. Those the flexibility are. There's many other things. We also like max shift lengths per day, and also set the flex day off and work. For example, if you have an agent can only work like one of the weekends, right? Sunday or Sunday or Saturday, and you will be able to select between Sunday and Saturday, my agent can only work one day. Or if the agent works on Monday, I don't want agent work on Sunday. I don't want agent work on Monday anymore. So this is really based on some of the labor laws that we have in some countries, and also be able to giving fairness of the scheduling of the agent. And other things that manage shifts, right? That's also supervisors be easily to adding activities across different groups. So we can add things like shared activities. For example, you want to add agent like a group meetings in the schedule, right? You will be easily find a slot that is very overstaffed, adding a shared activity across the groups together, versus you have to add individual ones. We also allow flexibility adding event activities over time, and also we're able to copy shift across different staffing groups. That's really convenient way, especially when you're adding new users, right? You're adding new users, you don't want to create another schedule. You want to probably just add a user to the group and copy somebody's shift to your new users and give them a shift temporarily. So those are really giving the supervisors, managers flexibility to manage the shift. The third largest features we do is we really want to make sure we will be managing time off at scale. First, we already talked about agent can do self-service time off now. They can submit requests and also get auto approval if you allow them to. And second thing is time off balance. Again, how can you, each agent will have their own time off balance, right? So we'll give you the capability to import, export your time off balance. So we'll track that. In that case, you'll be able to upload to your HR systems and be able to keep synced with your agent time off balance and the PTO balance. Yeah. And then time off allowance access is also it allow you to bulk importing your allowance for each day into the system using spreadsheets. Now you will be able to define month or very long time every day, what is allowance for that group to be able to take in PTO overall. And that's also cross staffing group. That means you will, in addition if you understand the structure, staffing group, it could be multiple staffing group into a forecast group, but they probably have one allowance across the forecast group. Now you will be able to do that too. So those are a lot of details here. I'm not going to go through each single features that day, but tomorrow in the technical session, which I will ask you to register, you will be interested, you'll get much more details. How can you leverage those different features and the new features in the system? You will get a much more deep dive on the details. And of course, for us, we keep working on new regions, as we said, Singapore, Frankfurt, and Tokyo, and also Seoul. We also FedRAMP moderate certified and HIPAA compliance as well. So we are working a lot of things to making compliance, and also some of the global audit certifications like ISO and the PCI, etc. All right. Again, a lot of new features being added. Those are just some of the things I selected to let you know that you might be interested. There's more. And as to tomorrow's technical session, you'll get much more details how all those things are working. All right. Okay, and then forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, that's one of the major topic that we covered. And then let's move on to our contact lens, conversational analytics, and quality management. As I said, in the March session, we already covered a lot on the conversational analytics piece and how we'll be able to benefit using that to understand your customer intent, and also giving your get insight to improve your self-service, improve your routing, improve your agent assistant as well. So I'm not going to go through too much detail on that today. That's mostly the things that we use conversational analytics to do so. But today we'll be focused on latest new capability that is in the performance evaluation side, that is automated evaluation. So in addition to having the automation fitting the services, fitting the questions in the forms, which you already learned before, and that's the existing feature, now will allow you to do auto submission of your evaluation forms. So that's some of the new things we'll today that really completes the full automation of your QA process. All right, let's go deep dive a little bit more here. Again, in case that you are not familiar with the contact lens solution, and that's a 360 view that provides the 360 degree view of your customer interaction. When you open up the contact detail page, at the top, you will see a summary of your of the whole conversation, and then we'll see the conversation metrics like sentiment scores, sentiment trends, non-talking time, etc. And then you'll have screen recording as well, either voice recording or screen recording, depends on which one you would like to turn on at the same page. So you will be able to easily track when agents not talking, what they're doing in the screen as well. And on the bottom, you will have transcription, categories, and highlights to give you more details where you want to focus on a conversation, right? Especially categories. It will give you, if you want to capture where exactly my agent mentioned cancel services, and it will label those, it will label that in your transcription. So we'll pay attention to that. On the right side is the evaluation, when you easy to expand it to be able to use the evaluation forms when you have every single things together, all the information you need together to evaluate. The ones in the blue with a little button there is the ones automated. You can define the automation rules using the analytics data or categorization rules to automate your questions, which we'll go a little deeper later. All right. I know and those I would still like to focus a little bit of those new things that new add-on value capabilities in contact lens before we start the quality, because those are very relevant, right? Very relevant to your quality management assurance process. First is theme detection. That is being added to contact lens without additional cost. Once you have conversational analytics turned on, you will be able to understand what are the emerging contact themes that comes. A lot of times your business changes day to day. So if you do see your CSAT score goes down or traffic goes up, you definitely would like to know what are the emerging trends, the things I don't know yet. And theme detection is where it will be able to give you those emerging contact things so you can dive deep. The second very useful ones is the in dashboards, right? After you understand what's new or what's existing themes, common themes of the conversation, now you will be able to define the rules to capture them and monitor them. And this dashboards pretty much give you that capability. Okay, if you already knows, okay, you want to monitor product returns, cancel services, unhappy customers, or compliance violations, any of the things you want to focus on, you can define a rule to capture them. This dashboard give you not only say how many contacts are related to that topic, but you can also see how the HTs, so it will be very easy to correlate what type of calls actually take most of my agent time to process, right? The longer AHT, or what type of calls had increased 20% versus last week or last month. So you will be able to focus on those outliers and be able to improve your quality assurance. So this is some of the things very relevant to the quality management piece too. And then let's talk about evaluation. Okay, evaluation is really not about just give you a scorecard, right? We have a native scorecard. So you can create a form, you will be able to define the criteria, the scoring, and let you fill the form. But what we really want to help you to automate your whole QA process. Because customers has shared the pinpoint with us. First, on the QA processes, we can only randomly select agent, the contact, right? Because the average number of per agent per contact per agent we can evaluate is probably about 2 to 5 calls per agent per month. Sometimes per week is pretty good already. And a lot of times it's per 2 to 5 calls per month. With this very limited sampling data, first of all, how do you know that's the right call to reflect the agent performance? The second thing is only 2 to 5 calls. How can you reflect that agent's performance and find the common trends that your whole team's looking for, and also identify the training that your agent needs tailored to the agent, right? The specific what the training needs, make training more efficient, and even after that, how can you get more aggregated data and be able to notify your supervisors and managers, give them let them be aware there's issues that you want to pay attention to. And the third force is how can you track all the different follow-up sessions, coaching sessions, how agent did, and how long did the agent take to take the coaching sessions, etc. How can you track those follow-up tasks to make sure your agent get the right coaching as well? And same thing, and by using automation, you can also avoid a lot of bias, right? Because you're using analytics data and be able to give you the scores and recommendations. That also means it will avoid the human bias, and that help improve the relationship between your supervisors and your agents as well. All right, let's take a look at how that works. This is where just the standard scorecards, right? You can define your own cards. Any QA agents can define their own forms, or depends on your QA team. They have access. If you give them access, they can define the form, also setting the scoring capability and strategy. And then the next one is be able to define the automation rules, and that will automate each of the questions using analytics data. You can either use the built-in metrics, or you can also define categories, like say, hey, this is something, did agent say the right things? Did agent adhere to the script, etc., and be able to automate those questions. So that's definitely, it's already existing one. And then you also define another rule, say if there is, the form has the result has less than 60% of scores, I want to notify my managers or agent to take actions there to follow up, right? But there's multiple other things you can define. You can see, you can, based on each section, any, or even questions, if it's compliance questions, you probably also want to trigger that to make sure the agent take compliance trainings. and also based on each agent, like new hires, or each queues, like some of the important queues, like VIP queues you want to monitor. So there's a lot of things you can define in the rule, and then you can take different actions, right? Like creating tasks, sending email, or even calling some third-party APIs to do the communication. We covered this in the last session in March as well. But this new capability I want to focus on today is performance evaluation auto submission. That's where we'll be able to define a rule says for any and for all the calls that meets this requirement, I would like to submit automated evaluation forms. So without any human touch, you will be able to do an evaluation right there. So you can define the rule to be focused on same thing, focus on each queue, all the queues, or you can focus on the agent, or you can focus on certain criteria like a compliance violation or product returns or cancel services based on business needs. And you can select different forms for different scenarios too. So it's a lot of flexibility, but you define automation of the segment of the evaluation. I still want to repeat this one because I know a lot of you have attended session in March. We talked about the Gen AI powered post-contact summaries. What today I would like to tell you is this functionality has been added as no additional cost in contact lens. A lot of people will be asking me after last session, right? What's the pricing for this feature? What I would like to glad to say is this Gen AI capability has been added to the existing contact lens features for general and conventional analytics without additional cost. We'll talk a little bit about pricing later on, but yeah, if you turn on conventional analytics, you will have this functions without additional cost. It's a great feature to help our customers understand the conversation, and we will share a user's customer story later on as well to make sure that you get the needs. And firstly, you will be able to, your agent does not need to take the notes, saving agent AHTs, but also saving your manager's time as well. Okay, now I am going to play a little demo. It's less than 5 minutes. Would like to give you an idea how the automation is done. There's two scenarios right here, right? So for example, your leadership would like to evaluate all the customers want escalation to your managers automatically, full automatic, no human touch. But there's also some other case like your sales team would like to see why my customer learn to cancel services. They want to audit those ones. Those might be more human touch questions. So you will still need a QA agent to involve, but more in a hybrid way, right? Some questions can be automated, some cannot. So those are two scenarios, but they don't conflict, right? So for one contact, you could have two type of automations there, right? One is fully automated, but because we want to find out why they want to escalate to the manager. But then the second way, the second scenario is why and the service cancellation too. So there could be two things happening with one contact. We have a lot of customer also doing have shared. Yes, a lot of times you cannot automate 100% of every single concept of your evaluations, right? So there was always going to be a standard set that you want to evaluate automatically, and there will be some that you don't want, or you still need a human touch. And let's take a look at this demo right now. Okay, so starting with this, all right, let's say agent get a call. I'm gonna speed up right here. So agent get a call from a customer and complaining about, hey, I have your VIP process, subscription service, and I'm not happy because I don't see the value. And the agent actually says, okay, we have a promotion going on. You get more benefits, 20% off as well. So, and also the customer complaining, hey, I also have a billing issue. I want to talk to your customer and talk to your manager. So pretty much you can see this is agent want to cancel the service and also want to escalate to the manager talking about billing issues. And then what happened here is now because the agent said, I want to cancel service, that trigger a task to your QA team. The QA agent actually get a task right there and they get a notification too. By opening the task, they will be able to have a link to access to the contact detail right there. So in this contact detail page, you can see there is already a summary created, right? So pretty much give you every good concept of this conversation. It's okay, they want to cancel service, I need a callback, etc. But you can also, there's already a evaluation ongoing right now, because the customer also talked about, I want to ask it your customer, your managers, that automated evaluation is already triggered in progress as well, even without any human touch, right? And and after a while, you can see the evaluation is done. I already have automation, but now I'm going to do my own to evaluate why the customer will cancel my service. And then there's another form I can load up to be able to use with the QA agent. Those questions can be answered. Well, there's also some automation suggestion right there. You can override it, or you can use it as it is after checking, right? And all the information is available in this on this page for you to be able to get the results after you submit. Now you can see you actually have 2 evaluation forms and evaluate on the same contact for different purposes right there. Yeah. So each of those has different scores, and you can see in the bottom, there's actually, we have to say, yes, you actually trigger 2 things. One is cancel service, one is escalate to managers. So you have 2 forms. One is hybrid, right? Human touch with the evaluation, one is fully automated. And then now, because we also said if there's a score lower than 60%, I want to notify the agent supervisor. And now you can see the agent supervisor will receive an email. The email have the content says, okay, please review this evaluation. This is a link you can access to it. And let's see, we would like to coach your agent, review it and coach your agent. So pretty much by just click this link, it will be, and the supervisor now can come to this same page, look at the result of the evaluation, which we already done, and then understand, hey, what is going on with this, and with all the summaries, and also the different result, the details of the evaluation results. So they will be able to get more information and decide, is this fair to the agent, or should I give agent a task to take coaching sessions? So you can see it really saves managers time as well. But of course, you can build, a lot of data is there, as I said. Now you will be able to, using all this data, to do more aggregated reporting on your agent performance, right? We're using QuickSight build this, leverage the data spit out from our evaluation. You can tracking the trends of your agents day to day time. You can also focus on each sections, right? So for each questions, you will understand, it looks like, the second question, your team is doing a great job. The first and the third one is not, right? So you can focus on training your team on specific topics as a team. So you can dive deep into agent specific tailored trainings that you can also focus on common trends for your whole team. Yeah. So that's pretty much the demo. Hopefully that really helps you understand, yeah, there's a lot of things, options and flexibility. You can optimize your QA process as well. All right. Now I am going to move on to the next topic, which is our customer stories. I want to share some of the customer story, how they benefit from those optimization functions. So first one I would like to discuss John Hancock. They're part of Manulife in Canada. They adopted our forecasting, capacity, and scheduling in production. They're also adopting our conversation analytics, performance evaluation, automation, and the screening quality. So definitely, John Hancock have shared us. They definitely see a great improve on the forecasting accuracy and efficiency on the scheduling. With the quality management and the summaries, that manager efficiency also increase. Conversation analytics, that managers efficiency with evaluation automation is also increased. John Hancock did recorded was on the stage with us last re:Invent, so the video is posted on YouTube. So welcome to search for that for our re:Invent videos from last year. Fujitsu is another customer that widely adopted content conversational analytics and also performance evaluation. So the two metrics they shared is after they adopted conversational analytics, they will improve their self-service IVRs, and the customer satisfaction increased dramatically. And then the QA efficiency with the automation of answering each questions with all the information together, they will be able to improve 60% of their QA efficiency. And that is before the full automation was done, right? There's still human touch there. It's already saving 60%. Neo Financial is also one of our customers. They just moved to Amazon Connect, and they were able to have conversational analytics and also adopt the post-gen, the summaries and the performance evaluation. Look at what they can achieve. They actually saved 90 seconds of average handling time of the agent by agents skipping taking notes, right? Because the summaries can serve as a great notes for them. And also the same manager's effort, 40 hours per month, which is a lot of savings. So your managers can focus on all the other key important activities they need to. All right. So let's get to the little, okay, how does that, the pricing goes, right? I would like to, a lot of you probably are very familiar with pricing. What I really focus on here is, yes, so for conversational analytics, for the 1.5 cents per minute on audio, or 0.15 cents per message, you actually get the theme detection. You also get the Gen AI capabilities all included there. The $12 per agent per month is for performance evaluation per evaluate agent per month. So it does not matter how many contact you want to evaluate. You can evaluate thousands contact for the agent using the automation. It's still costing $12, right? There's no additional charge with automation. And also for screen quality is 0.6, purely based on usage. For forecasting capacity planning scheduling, that's $27 per agent per month as well. It is really about how many agents you put on the per month, or how many agents are actually acting on the queue that you have forecast on. We will not charge for both scheduling or the forecast. So there's a great example on our pricing page to give you the differences. But if we already charge for pricing, which is $27, we'll not charge for the forecasting for the same agent for another $27. Just want to make sure that is clear. Yeah. All right. Very important thing is, what is the promotion, the free tiers right now? I really encourage you. Now we have, first, we're going to talk about 90 days free for forecasting capacity planning. Once you get it started, once you click the enable button, that's where the 90 days starts. And then we also have a timed promotion for conversational analytics, and that is new. It's 100,000 audio minutes analyzed free per month for the first 2 months when you started to use it. But make sure you start that by June, the end of June, because that's where you will be able to get the benefits. So please, that's a timed promotion right there. Same thing for evaluations. If you want to try trial, do a POC, you will get a first 30-day free per account by end of this year. So now you have 1 month of performance evaluation, 2 months on conversational analytics, 3 months on your forecasting capacity planning for the whole optimization. So I truly would like to be able to leverage those POCs. Last topic I will cover is talking about ROIs. I know everybody cares about ROIs. I'm paying for the service. How do I get the value? This is just a very simple ROI calculation based on the FTE saved for QA agents and agents, right? Because improved occupancy and improved efficiency for your QA. With 1,000 agent contact center, if you could improve occupancy from 60% to 70%, and that's about a 140 FTE saving, but also per month. And also if you are improve your QA efficiency, and that's also going to save almost half of your QA team, so they can focus on something else. So just per month, you will be able to get a 300K be able to have a 300K savings per month on the FTE cost. But there are many other things, right? Reduce time for training, IT cost, and also integration costs, because they're all native. Same thing has a pay as use, because even where you are paying per agent per month for forecasting and evaluation, those are not licenses, right? If your agent, you have 40 agents this month and you have 20 next month, we only charge 20. It does not follow agent. You have a seasonality. We just follow whatever number of agents you have used. And we don't charge for supervisors to log in as well. So there's a lot of benefits to reducing the licensing cost as well. All right. So this is an ROI, but this is a very simple one, just based on FTE. There's much more. Let me over to the next steps. There are a lot of things coming on and going on in April and May. So please let us to first leverage the free tiers and promotion in time and start your POC. Please reach out to your account team or a solution architect to have a more deep dive, so you will be able to get the full value out of the POCs. And then we also have our technical session coming tomorrow, and the contact center day coming on May the 2nd. Those are the QR code. I think Alex also shared the link in the chat, in the Q&A as well. And then the third thing is the feedback. Please fill out the survey for us, and we'll be able to get your feedback and improve our session as always. We really appreciate your time and effort working with us. I know we are almost running out of time. So I would like to ask our Q&A managers, is there anything you want to mention? Alex, you would like to add any comments to the session?
Nothing to add here, Jing.
Okay, awesome. So for any questions we have not answered, we definitely will follow up with you to answer the questions. And also, this session is recorded. Once we get a marketing approval, we'll publish that a link to everyone attending the session, register for the session, so you will get a recording as well. Okay, I'll give you some time to fill the survey. And we are right on time. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining the session today. I will see all of you tomorrow at the technical session.